Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? It's Q, back at it again, another Q Reviews. First off, Happy New Year. Glad that everybody is able to come back and interact with Q Reviews. Very excited to be here. And today we got a brand new video just for y'all. You know I had to talk about it. Just like the movie we're gonna talk about, I had a few pushbacks, a few delays. I felt like it was only right, you know? They had their pushbacks, they had their delays. Q Reviews, you know, we could do some of those too. Just to show you that even when you do have pushbacks and delays, you can still provide quality. So let's go ahead and talk about Wonder Woman 1984. Wonder Woman 1984. Okay, so what is it about? It really follows the story of Diana Prince. It's 66 years after her origin story. She works at the Smithsonian. She's trying to blend in with everyday life. She's Diana, but she's still Wonder Woman. She's still getting it in. She's still saving the world. It's just, you start to see that double life type of thing, you know, that they did in the comic books. In this movie, she's going against Max Lord. It's a famous comic book character, famous villain. Max Lord is this failing businessman. He needs a win. And so he goes to the Smithsonian and he's looking for this artifact named the Dreamstone. This Dreamstone it's this artifact that allows you to grant wish. It's Aladdin, and he's Jafar. He gets the Dreamstone and he wishes to become the Dreamstone because he clearly understands how wishes work. Also in this movie, we are introduced to Barbara Ann, who is the villain Cheetah. Barbara Ann, she works at the Smithsonian with Diana Prince. All right, so I mean, I guess all of you can see how hard it is for me to talk about this. So let's just talk about what I liked. So before completely shitting on the movie, like I said before, I can honestly say, the movie looks good. It looks good. You can tell DC, Warner Brothers, whoever, heard the complaints, heard the feedback from the fans saying, hey, the grayscale, the blue hues, the dark hues, we can't see shit, bro. We can't see. And they were like, hey, let's make it brighter. So they did. They made it brighter. It definitely falls in line with the Aquaman, Shazam, Birds of Prey, more of their recent movies. Now that we got that out the way, let's talk about what I hated. Let me stretch for this. We all stretched out, ready to go. Let's drop a huge load on this movie. Let's go ahead and talk about the plot. The plot is absolute dog shit, and it doesn't work. And let me tell you why. There was no reason for this movie to be set in the 80s. Absolutely no reason at all. It doesn't really align with the DC extended universe at all. It doesn't show any growth from Diana at all. These new characters, we don't know where they've been before the 80s or where they're going after the 80s. So this moment happening in this movie is completely irrelevant. There's absolutely no reason. It's frustrating because this movie made Captain Marvel look great. Because at least with Captain Marvel, it had to be set in the 90s because Captain Marvel needed a reason to be elsewhere after Captain Marvel's movie ended. In order for her to come back in Endgame, she had to come back. It's almost like Patty Jenkins, Warner Brothers exec, said, hey, we see that, we know what Marvel is doing, we need that too, but we don't have an Endgame yet. Next point. The acting. For this production to have 4 of Hollywood's A-list actors, Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Pedro Pascal, and Kristen Wiig. You have 4 of Hollywood A-list actors. How is it that this movie is just completely emotionless? In the emotional scenes, it seemed like we were watching a soap opera. In the comedic scenes, it looks like they're waiting for a laugh track. In the fight scenes, it seems like it's blaxploitation. It's damn near like Black Dynamite. There was a moment in the movie where I felt like I was getting trolled. I didn't know if hidden cameras were around. I was like, I can't believe that we're actually watching this right now in 2020 in the middle of a pandemic. This is our lives. It doesn't make sense, but it makes complete sense. Another thing I hated, the action. Warner Brothers and whoever else, they should be ashamed of themselves. This entire company should be ashamed of themselves. This movie had 4 fight scenes, and that's if you really want to call them fight scenes. The movie starts off with a mall heist. Wonder Woman isn't even beating their ass. She's just swinging around the mall. I don't know what she's doing. At one point, a guy is holding a child over a ledge, and you're thinking, it ain't that hard, bro. And it was dumb. It was so dumb. The other scene with the Secret Service wouldn't even really call it a fight scene. It's more of an introduction to Cheetah. Then you have the chase scene in Egypt. Not a fight scene. She was really getting rocked. And then also you have the fight scene with Cheetah, which is in pitch black. And it lasted maybe 2 minutes, and she's hiding behind this gold-plated shield that's not even her shield. It's like she got this from Johnny Dang. Bro, what are we doing right now? The movie is so irrelevant. The fight scenes were so irrelevant. She didn't even... Next point. Another thing I hated was the lack of Cheetah, the lack of Barbara Ann. Cheetah and Wonder Woman, that's Superman and Lex Luthor. That's Batman, Joker. That's just the fight. That is the one that we were waiting to see since Wonder Woman 1. Cheetah and Wonder Woman fought for 2 minutes, like I said before, and this shit was just trash. The lack of Cheetah was trash. Another thing I hated, the timeline. Why the fuck was this in 1984? There's no 80s music. There's barely any 80s fashion. There's no 80s slang, swag. There's nothing that says, hey, this is why this is in the 80s. This is relevant to the 80s and to the timeline. They did this because they knew this was going to put asses in the chairs at the theaters. When this was supposed to come out in June, before the pandemic, they said, hey, people like the 80s, this is what they did. This is how they put out this movie. They said, let's call it Wonder Woman 1984 and not even show love to the 80s. My last point, it was the failure of fan service. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. The way they rolled out the invisible jet was absolute trash. The way that we discovered Wonder Woman could fly was absolute trash. Bringing back Steve Trevor, trash. The Linda Carter post-credit scene, trash. The fact that Diana didn't use her sword and shield that was hyped in the first movie was trash. It was garbage. And there's no reason for this movie to even be considered good, great, exceptional. This movie is trash. To be completely honest, I feel like I've shit on the movie long enough. And so overall, I'm going to give this movie a 2 out of 10. This is the worst movie in the DC extended universe. This is one of the worst Warner Brother movies I've seen in a long time. It is so bad I was visibly upset after watching it. Not just because I was looking forward to this movie. I was visibly upset because I just wasted 2 hours and 30 minutes on an extremely lackluster sequel. And I feel like there are plenty of superhero movies that have gotten the sequel game right. So, with all that said, tell me what you think in the comment section. Did you like Wonder Woman 1984? Tell me if I'm wrong. Explain things to me, because I feel like I'm very comfortable with this character. I know a lot about this character. Maybe I just missed it. Maybe I was just oozing in anger while watching it. I might have missed something special, but I don't think so, man. I I haven't gone back to watch this. This is one of the first superhero movies I've watched in a long time where I'm like, I don't need to see this again ever in life. I don't want to do that to myself. I love myself. So I don't think that I should put myself through that. Fuck this movie. All in all, man, I hope everyone ended their 2020 gracefully, joyfully, with family, safely, and I hope everyone has a great 2021. Can't wait to see what 2021 has in store for us. I'm so excited to continue my reviews. We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary. I've got something special for y'all. As always, be safe, wash your hands, wear a mask, tell someone you love them. Until next time, peace.